Welcome back for another coffee episode. We've been on hiatus for quite a while. Today, I've been wanting to do a hammer glove video, the new Eagle glove that we released, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. We've been so busy selling them and making them. I can't believe the response in the community. People love the glove. This is the first opportunity I've had to kind of sit down and do a video and talk about it. So, and today as well, we're going to go over Black Rebel Coffee's Thin Blue Line coffee. This is it's 100% Colombian roast, and a portion of the sales go to law enforcement charities. To be honest, when I purchased this coffee, it was kind of like, let's just get it because it's one of the ones they offer. Because we'll review the whole collection. And I was very surprised by it. It's a very pleasant coffee. I think it's definitely the top half of the coffee brands that they offer, and it's a little darker. They say it's a medium roast. I'd say it's a little bit on the darker side of medium, and it's a very full flavor, rounded. It's low acid, and it's a very pleasant coffee. And it's got some bright notes in there, something interesting going on, but it's not overpowered. And very nice, 100% Arabica bean coffee. So quite nice. I don't know if I would buy it on a regular basis for myself, but very surprising, very nice coffee. Okay, so before we get into the hammer gloves, I want to talk for just a moment. I got a keychain here. We're going to start offering some veg tan leather keychains. Okay, I'm expanding my craft and starting to learn veg tan leather craft, which is a little different. Most of the gloves are chrome tan leather. Veg tan's a little different. It's the stuff you make saddles out of. Okay, and these keychains are about 6 inches long, so it's a full hand grip. I really like this design. So be on the lookout. We have red and brown ones in various styles. If it's something that you might want for as a stocking stuffer, check it out on the website. I think it's under the training equipment tab. Okay, Eagle glove. Okay, so we relaunched the Rodhe Glove system this year with the bear glove, the wolf glove, which is the individual fingered shot put glove, and then I knew we were going to have an Eagle glove. I just didn't know when. Okay. I've been working on hammer gloves for a long time, probably about 8 years, okay? And just never really, kind of had an idea of how we wanted to do it, just never really had the time or, the capital and the allotment to go through prototypes and to figure out exactly how we're going to do it. So what we did, instead of launching a glove just like everybody else, okay, we sell a traditional 4-finger glove. We sell a 3-finger glove for those of you who throw only 3 fingers. And then we also sell the Eagle system, which is 2 gloves, okay? You wear 3 fingers on the handle hand and 2 fingers on the overhand. And this is mostly for learning how to correctly hold the hammer and push the ball, right? So before we get into the Eagle system, let's talk about the regular 4-finger glove design, or if you're going to do just a 3-finger design, okay? Right now, everything has this paracord attachment around the wrist. We are going to move to a snap type of closure, at least as an option for people to. Probably have that out by Christmas of this year. We're filming this mid-November 2020. Okay, so you do your cord up, so it's nice and the tightness that you want. And there you go, your 4-finger glove. Now the leather we're using is very, very different than the leather that other manufacturers are using. People can't believe how good it feels and how easy it is to break in. It's like right off the press, and I can already bend my fingers. It brings the protection you need with the tactile response that's required for really far throwing, and it's going to hold up well. Okay, it's going to age really well. It's going to mold to your fingers, and it's a leather that it feels good and it smells good. Okay, Now, one of the cardinal rules people have about making hammer gloves is they say, well, you can't do seams up, okay? Initially, people look at our design and they see the seams are going up into where the handle would be, and they say, oh, I don't want that, that's a no-go. Okay, well, we figured out a way to do it, and it works. Okay, so a combination of the material that we're using and the specific geometry that we have set up, okay? So that when it gets on your hand, right? I might do a close-up if this doesn't come out, but when it's on your hand, you put the handle on, this first seam actually rolls, okay? The first seam actually ends up sitting flat, and it doesn't actually rub into the top of the handle, okay? And by that time, it's cradled by the rest of the glove, and there's no rubbing here on the handle, and it doesn't interfere with the handle coming off at all, okay? So when it's on the table, the glove looks like it's a vertical seam glove with geometry. By the time you put it on and throw, that seam rolls, okay? And you've got a nice flat top to the glove. So that's something, when you're talking about the time it took us to come up with the design of how we were gonna do the glove, how Rodhe Sport was gonna do a hammer glove. I wanted it to be something unlike what is available in the rest of the world, and I think we nailed it, okay? So let's look at the 4-finger glove. And then if you are a person that just wants, you just throw with 3 fingers right now. Okay, here's a look at just the 3-finger glove, right? I know a lot of people, you gotta buy a 4-finger glove and cut the 4th one off, and then you're left with your 3 fingers, okay? So that's what that one looks like. The pommels on these, you'll notice they get smaller to accommodate the different size fingers, right? The 4-finger pommel is bigger than the 3-finger, and the 2-finger pommel is much lighter, okay? So we're also being very aware about how to keep the overall weight and amount of material on the hand to a minimum. The Eagle system, the 2-handed system, is mostly targeting developing throwers and learning how to properly grip the hammer, which is really not to grip it at all, really more to cradle it, okay? And how to push the hammer, okay? So now, I have had questions since I launched this. A lot of people, they've never seen a 3-finger glove or a 2-finger, like, well, can I throw with that? Can I compete with 2 gloves on? And yes, okay? In hammer throwing, you can compete barehanded, with tape, with gauze, 5-finger garden glove, 2-finger glove, 3-finger glove, 4-finger glove. You can compete with a snowmobile glove for all anybody cares, okay? So one of the reasons people go to a 3-finger grip as opposed to a 4-finger grip is increased length, okay? Generally, I might be a little bit off, but every centimeter of distance you can get the center mass of your hammer ball away from your center of rotation. Every centimeter you can get it away, it adds like a meter in distance, give or take, okay? And so if you're holding on with your pinky, right, your little finger, that shortens how close the handle is to your body. If you take the pinky off, you can hold that handle now a centimeter or so further away from the body, right? It can lengthen more, and so you can get more distance that way, right? So that's kind of the theory I'm throwing with, 3 fingers versus 4, okay? So this system, 2 fingers, right? A very popular grip right now in the world is we're getting 3 fingers on the handle and 2 fingers on the over, and that's all that's touching the handle. There's just 5 total fingers, okay? And the other fingers are curled up in the back. And so we've got 3 fingers on, 2 fingers off, and it's a tactile memory, a tactile feedback for beginning throwers of this is what I have to work with to throw the hammer with, okay? And you put a little bit of tacky in there, chalk or whatever, to keep your grip up. We work the seams, the handle hand seams come up and the overhand seams go down. So that's where, based on the website, you order gloves. You can get a 4-finger, a 3-finger, or a 2-finger glove, and it says for left hand or for right hand. So if you're a right-handed thrower and you want an Eagle system glove, you would get a 3-finger for the left hand and you get a 2-finger for the right hand, and then that tells me I know which way the seams are got to go for you to kind of have a bit of an interlocking system here with the seams overlapping, okay? So that's the idea with the hammer system glove. Yes, you can compete with it. Yes, I think it's a great tool for learning how to push the ball instead of grip and rip and drag it through the ring. I think it's a great place, you know, the same way we want to start athletes off with not getting bad habits in shot put and discus with, you know, jumping and over rotating and things like that. This is a great place for young hammer throwers to begin, and keeping the arms long, keeping the hands more or less relaxed, and keeping orbit over body speed. Okay, orbit speed over body speed. That's why we've come up with this Eagle System 2-handed glove. Now, the shot put gloves, we use them for years, and they have been in the market for 10 years now, about a decade, and they go through little changes over time. It's the same thing with these hammer gloves. Okay, the hammer gloves, we released these in I think late January or early August was when we released them. So they're still quite young. We sold more than I would have ever thought we would have in a few months' time. Like I said, it's the first time I've had a break to kind of sit down and talk about it. And we will be changing these over time. In 4 or 5 years' time, I want to have the best hammer glove in the world. So I'm kind of relying on the feedback from the community. You know, you get the glove and use it for a bit, and if something isn't working for you, or you want a little bit of a change or a tweak to the design, let me know, and we're going to be, you know, we'll make small changes over time and get to a point where we have the, you know, ultimate hammer glove design. That's one of my commitments in the next 5 years is to get this really honed in to where there's nothing else in its class to compare to. Okay, so two glove Eagle System. You have a 4-finger glove, or you can have just a regular 3-finger glove. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer anything. Check out the sizing videos. This is a proprietary design, okay? I didn't take any other hammer gloves apart. I didn't, you know, copy anything. I am taking this from my research data in size of athletes and finger sizes and measurements. And we came up with, you know, a size for me and a size for my wife, and then found out the medium ranges, and then compared that against the database we have of athlete measurements, and that's where the sizes come from. So look at the charts before you order a glove, because an XL from me is probably not an XL from the other guy. All right.